Whoa! All right, we back. Thanks for watching the last video. Gina's here with me today. Gina's gonna be doing the body work. The roof obviously needs some body work done to it to make it more level-ish. Gina was like, I don't wanna do that. So I'm letting Gina do that. Make sure you follow Gina on Instagram, Alien Trash Kitty. I'm gonna start putting interior back in the car. I have a brand new carpet I wanna put in there. You can say that for 2 seconds. I'm gonna start putting the carpet back in the car. I know our box isn't quite 25 pounds, and I said I wanted to make it 25 pounds. Probably closer to 21 right now. I haven't given up on my weight loss goal yet. I know where I'm gonna find the extra weight. It's in the seats over there. So we're gonna put the carpet in, and then get the rest done after.
Look at it, it's a big cheese.
Cover my engine. Oh my God, you're so sweet. And now it doesn't get dirty.
Serious now.
Gina's gonna start there. I'm gonna start here. And I'm gonna start by ripping this backing off the carpet because that's weight. What's your thought process here, lady?
Right now I'm just taping the areas that I don't want the Bono to stick to, which is the windshield lip, and I don't know if Kyle talked about it on camera or not, but like this dent kind of goes under this seal, and we're not removing the seal, so I basically have to work around that. So basically I'm sealing it, and then I'm also making these little cardboard wedges to help lift that seal temporarily so I can add some Bondo. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, I've never done this before. You've never done this before, so
it can't be that hard.
To be fair, the roof is majorly foobarred anyway, so
it's great practice.
Even if it doesn't end up perfect, it's still like it wasn't perfect to begin with. So.
Hello. Just mixing, trying to make sure
I think you gotta hurry up too because that fries really fast.
I think so, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing, but
that makes 3 of us.
3?
Whoever's watching this video.
Please send help, so small or the tight pass.
It already looks better. Good job.
Thanks. Hello.
It's me.
Is it me you're looking for? Kyle's gonna be like much regret after letting me do this, I'm sure.
Nah. I'm already regretting it. Okay, who remembers my old wiring harness? This thing, it worked, and I just didn't know where everything was, and I didn't like it. So, contacted my boy Steve at West Coast Wireworks. This is the second harness we had done. The first one was for Gina's car. Here's our new relay panel and our new engine harness. We actually added the can expander to this one, so we have a lot more inputs, outputs. And I actually got them terminated into the harness, so we have stuff like back pressure sensor, coolant pressure sensor, a bunch of pressure sensors, and then he built everything on an LS engine remotely for me, so everything should fit perfect. Ugh, big tough. I'm actually mounting the expander on this board. I'm mounting the board behind the glove box at a very accessible place, and I'm mounting the ECU on the trans tunnel, and it's all gonna work out. It's gonna be fine. Trust it. Trust it. Oh my God, the camera's tilty. Oh, we're in the car. Interior is like going back in here. Look at this. We got back panels again. We got carpet in here. The lighting's like super trash in here. That's why I'm like, I have been just locked away in this little cave, like trying to drill holes out of shit to make it a little bit lighter, just to go a little bit faster. I'm out of my mind a little bit. We're going to mount this panel behind this little dash thing here. So you can access everything right here. We're gonna mount it on the back side. And then we're going to mount the ECU right down there. And it's gonna go through the firewall right here. The biggest upgrade with this new setup is that the ECU controls everything, and I don't have to worry about all the switches that were up here before, because if I forgot my air to water, you're in trouble. That being said, I don't have an air to water anymore, but it's gonna control transmission fan, cooling fans, fuel pump, so it's not like I can just fire the car up, forget the cooling fans, and come back and it's like 240 Fahrenheit coolant, because I've done that before. So that's one of my favorite upgrades. I am gonna have to put another bracket on it because it's just wiggly right now, but as you can see, you just open this top panel, boom, mounted right there. You can get it all those relays, and then everything comes out of this side, and the ECU's down there. Way better than before. Alrighty, while Gina's gone here, I'm gonna lift this up, and we're gonna start laying out our engine harness in the engine bay, and we'll see how much this cleans up our engine bay, but then it'll also give us the length that we need for our ECU and where we want to put our plug in the firewall. This and this plug actually have a sub harness, and everything else is built into the main one. So I'm gonna start routing everything, and we'll see what it looks like afterwards. This is what it looks like right now. Just trying to run everything basically under the intake manifold and in pairs so that we don't have wires just going everywhere and everything is coupled together. Just trying to make it look as clean as possible. Turns out the grommet did go in this side. So we got the grommet in there, we got the coil harness laid out, and now our sub harnesses are right here. We'll grab those out of the box and start installing those. But I think this harness is gonna tuck up real nice. It already looks nice, to be honest. Like, look at that. Middle class fancy. Still need to install some of the sensors, and a lot of these are just like the sensor wires, oil pressure, coolant pressure, stuff like that. But this is essentially all the wires you're gonna see here. It's tucked away pretty damn good, with the exception of the water pump wiring and the fan pump wiring that I still have to bring out, but I'm gonna bring it out through the firewall and run it along this frame rail. And then the back here is probably the most cluster place, but it's because we have these convenient plugs back here. Otherwise, we could have just had black cables there. It probably worked. It's our wiring, dude. That looks so good. I like that. It's all coming together in a short amount of time. Hey.
Hey! Oh, wait. There we go.
Hey!
Hey!
So you, look at all the friggin' mess you made, and then you scratched my paint too.
I did, yeah. Sorry about that.
I can't believe you scratched my paint. You picked up my paint in broad daylight.
And I scratched it.
One good thing is I can barely see my list now that she's covered it up, so technically I don't have anything to do.
Yeah, you're totally almost done.
On the flip side though, I've been rearranging the wires, so a lot of the wires came, like a lot of the accessory wires came loose, so I could just like put them out and cut them to length, so fuel pump trigger, like shock sensors, stuff like that. Obviously if he had the car, he could have did that there, but this is a remote harness, so a bit of light in here. There's our relay panel, everything comes off of that, and then the ECU is down here, a little bit underneath it, and then the wiring for the ECU actually runs like underneath the panel and then up into the bulkhead right there. And it looks a little bit messy just because it still has some wires to tuck up, but overall, like once I batch all the wires like this, you can see that I've already batched a bunch too. The wiring is a little bit nitpicky. Right, Gina did a good job. So that's like clearly a lot better than before. It might have like a small little bit there where the seal
Well,
was.
I have to also like, I just put another layer on top to like cover it.
But like you said, there was like a big...
Oh yeah, like the actual edge here pushes down. Do you know what I mean? Like it's buckled in here and it's buckled in over in that other corner there, so.
Mm-hmm. But overall, like that's a lot smoother, and as soon as we get the wrap over top of it, it'll look fine anyways. At the end of the day, it's still a race car.
Yes.
And it was completely fucked up, so.
Yeah, you kind of forgot your hood pins at one time.
Yeah, let's not do that again. Oh, thanks for patching up my bumper here.
Oh, it looks like shit right now. I still have to like sand it up.
Yeah, there was like already a hole in this friggin' bumper.
It came with a hole in it.
Yeah. All right, it's the next day. Gina actually did a decent job up here. She still has a couple more layers to do and some more sanding to do. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days until I have to bring the car down to go get wrapped, which means we should probably get the pieces that we need to get wrapped on the car, which includes the bumper, the hood, and then get the rear bumper situated and the wrap all off the car. The wiring and stuff can wait until we get it back from the wrap, but priority number one right now, make it look cool. I mean, getting this thing to fit kind of sucks, but this one's just kind of really beat up, and then the hole on this side is not the greatest either. So, and I like the little lip on the Cobra R bumper. I like that. Dang, look at it on there. We just have to mount like the side pieces now. They got to be riveted in, but it fits. I had to cut this hole a little bit awkwardly just because the 4-inch pipe on this side Gina's making a rock.
Yeah.
Intercooler gets, you know, decent flow. We get 4 rows of cooling. And then that side, and we just have to install the side pieces right now, which connect to the side. Those got to be riveted in, and I'm finding a hard way to mark those. And Gina's still sanding. What's she doing down there? You little frog. What's she doing down there?
You like that? I'm really good at being a frog. Just trying to fill your holes. I kind of like gap filled it yesterday. Now that it's sanded, I can see that there's still another spot. I have to clean it and do it again. And there's a couple spots up there that I need to, it probably doesn't need to be that nitpicky, but like,
It's gonna look good.
it's gonna look so good.
All right, I just cut this bar out of the back. It looks like a big double F. This is what held in the tank and the air to water system in the middle. So this is the bar that was in the middle right here. And this weighs like 4 pounds, so add that to our box. Now our opening here is 30 by 17 3/4. So if I make the tank 8 inches tall, we'll actually have like a 60-liter tank. And I'm considering that. I'm also considering making it like 6 inches tall and then have a sump in the bottom so that the race fuel all falls to the bottom. All right, box of shit. 187.6. So let's just call that 188. So we're looking for 25 pounds, 213. That's what we're looking for, 213. 213.8, baby. That's like 26 pounds. Shit. We've got the scales under the car. Mind you, there's no transmission, there's no seats, there's no hood on it, and no fuel tank. So we're not gonna have a super accurate reading and no turbo, but I can roughly add those weights after. I just wanna see where we're sitting right now. Get all the weight off this thing. So we're at 2,500 pounds right now. Plus me and my gear probably puts us right around 2,700. And then we have a turbo 400 transmission, the turbo, the fuel tank, and the seats to go in after that. So I think we're in pretty good shape right now, but it's hard to tell without knowing how much the transmission weighs. So turbo is 50 pounds. That puts us at 2,750. All right, turbo 400 transmission is 143 pounds.
That's actually less than I thought for some reason. I don't know.
So that plus the turbo puts us right around 2,900, I think.
So what was the car before you started changing everything?
With me in the car before I started changing anything, we scaled it. It was 3,440 pounds.
So you got like nearly 500 pounds cut out of it?
I wish. Once we start putting stuff back in it. So we lost weight we're losing weight from the battery, the hitch, the air to water system, the interior parts that I cut out. I don't like I said, I'm hoping for 200 pounds, so if we can get 3,200, I'll be happy. All right, time to clean up because this is a disaster. All right, so Gina did an amazing job.
Thank you.
We didn't expect perfect, as you can tell, like the sheet metal is still a little like weak up in the roof, so.
There it is, the drum.
We're just gonna clean it off and then paint probably the whole thing, just mask it off, paint the whole thing. And then this is done with, and then I can get underneath the car. I'd really like to get the bumper mounted up and then the transmission put in this thing because the only thing holding the back of the motor is the motor plate. And I could put bolts in it, but I'd rather just have the transmission in there. Oh yeah, body man Gina.
There, it's all done now, Kyle.
Perfect, it looks like
So
perfect.
good.
We have, since you sprayed that, we have T-minus about 7 minutes before we get
Should we open the bottom of the door? So it like...
really high.
Woo!
Howdy ho.
Howdy ho. Body man Kyle.
Body man Kyle, female body inspector.
FBI, open up. So, we've put a black primer layer on. Well, I did like 3. And then Kyle did the rest because he's just taller. And it worked out better.
And now we're just using some regular black paint to
try and cover it a little.
Cover it up, make it one color.
Did you fall?
A little bit. But I let myself fall instead of like hitting the car.
Yeah.
I feel like Dee Dee's paint job right now.
Why is that?
Because Dan's always doing half-ass hammered paint jobs. Oh, this is probably way more expensive than what Dan would ever spend on paint. He's like a trim-clad, like $9.99 special kind of guy, where this was like 21 bucks.
Dang.
So I'm even a little bit more fancy than Dee Dee's paint job.
Whoa.
I ended up smashing the ever-living shit out of my finger last night. I don't even know how I did it. I just know it like instantly got like super swollen and like super tight. But I was like tightening the fitting on this. I had this jammed in here. I must have like slipped the wrench somehow and like caught my finger between the vise and this piece. And anyways, I busted it up pretty good. It might be broken, it might not be. Fingers are one of those things that's like, it's a really small bone, you can't really tell, and what are the doctors gonna do anyways? So just shoved a splint on it, retape up these fittings, get our transmission ready to go in, and it's gotta go in. 2 days until it goes for a wrap. So I have to get a bunch of things done before it goes, and this isn't helping. I'm just re-Tefloning up my dump valve. This is a homemade dump valve. This is like a cheap solenoid that I just made some lines to. It didn't really help with my converter, the spool, but it might help with converter pressure when we're trying to get on the trans brake and like not pushing to the thrust bearing. Like I said, homemade dump valve. This one probably costed us like 60 bucks. All we had to do was weld the fitting into this plate right here. This gets mounted back here on the trans somewhere, and then tee off your out line from your transmission, go through this, activate the solenoid, and then it just dumps some pressure from the outlet of the trans line back into the transmissions. Boosted lifestyle, Circle D bolt together converters. Gotta go back in, put some fluid in here. Hog Joggers is over, actually in Hog Joggers, I think he got mad at us last time because we said he wasn't in Hog Joggers. And then jam that in there, 3 clicks, slide that under, get that in place. Finger still busted. It's not my good flicking finger, so it's okay. Okay, a little like hour-and-a-half detour or something to go get some hood hinges and some transmission fluid. No, it's not a ton, you just want to put like a liter of fluid in these. I gotta say, I've never had a converter this fucking fancy before. There it goes. Perfect. Hold. Nope, you can just you have to pull it once.
Oh, I'm holding it for now.
Getting my party on with Hog Jogger Dan. 2 guys working on cars, they might kiss later.
Yeah. Not gave the homies.
Hole in the top.
Look at it though. Oh wait, the music.
I just came back from the gym. I could do that aerobic fitness. We were just talking about this.
Video?
We were just talking about this music video. I just came back from the gym.
So the hood slightly touches on the intake, underneath. So I wonder how many layers are on this, if we can just like... Where it's touching. All right, we need some hood hinges. So Dan and I at the scrapyard brought our little toolkit. Got my busted up finger still. Yeah, yeah. Y'all remember this one? So this is my first New Edge Mustang that I had crashed at the racetrack. Totally not my fault. Hit somebody else's coolant, but I bet there's hood hinges on this thing. Yep, look at that. Mint. Exactly what I need. Probably the best color that we could get. Look at that. That's where my turbo was right there. That got busted out when I hit the wall. Look at that boosted lifestyle tube coming in handy too. Yeah. Hood hinges, baby. I'm going to take a quick walk, see if I can find an SN95. And just see if I can find like the panel that I wanted that's cut out. Yeah. We found these two trim pieces that I've been looking for on my car that have been cut up or broken. So this top one, or this lower one is the top one, and I broke that when we needed the hood. And then this one was cut out for the air to water system, so I just wanted that one to be a nice trim piece. And then Dan, we got the hood hinges here in his pocket. So yeah, scrapyard, good success. But we haven't paid yet, and then we'll find out how much of a success it is. Well, the old Mustang lives on. These are the hinges from the original Mustang I crashed. I had to put some big nutserts in here, so these are M12 bolts. We're gonna get this hood on. Mustang lives again. I hope it fits anyway. He's my witness. I put that boy on rock.
Maybe lining on the block just to watch what I got.
So delicious. We gotta go up, I think. Like, up, like tip it up this way.
Okay.
And then like move the hinges to it, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe? Nice. Hitting something. Yeah, look at it. It's on there a little bit. It's kind of on there.
It's on there.
Dang, boys! Check out my finger. Yeah. It's still bruised. Check out my finger.
F-boy gang.
The golden F-boys.
You know who my favorite one on that wall is?
The Mick.
Keith Ray's a cunt.
So we're getting the rest of the wrap off. Danny boy's on this handle. Tokyo's over there getting that one. I got some whack-ass headlights in here, I think.
Do you want to see eBay projectors or what? Not even one piece. Actually, they look pretty good. With the crystal back.
Well, this one's the darker one.
Did I tell you to talk to Andrew? Yeah, Dan was on BMW. DJ last night. Fucker.
And then that's what a factory-looking headlight. Yeah, they look so dumb. Yeah, let's not use that. We're trying to convince Dan to go to Texas, so like 100 likes on this video, and Dan will have to go to Texas.
Might have to. Dan, I'll tell you what.
What?
If you commit to going to Texas, I'll pay for your month of Grindr Plus so you can get a jump start on the Innis area.
I know you're really thinking about it now.
Oh,
Grindr or
that's really the selling point. The Grinder Plus account for sure.
Now, I'm not even sure if there's a Grinder Plus, but
Yeah.
I feel like there should be.
we got the turbo drain on, and now the billet turbo oil drain, you can see, sticks out just enough that you can get the wrench underneath the turbine housing to tighten this thing. So we specifically designed it that it would extend just enough. You can get a wrench on there. Because if you don't put an extended drain on, you're trying to get a wrench in there, you look like a little monkey frig.
Sucks.
It sucks, yeah. This, mint, blacksheepindustries.ca, code word boosted lifestyle.
Bench press for daddy.
You know, after I busted up my finger, you just go ahead and toss around 50-pound turbo. No big deal.
You could probably save a bunch of weight out of the car if you didn't put a turbo on it.
Or if Nick would just give me like a billet aluminum turbo with like a stainless exhaust side, we could probably save 15 pounds out of a turbo. But no,
He treats you like everybody else. You're just a normal peon.
friggin' Nick, True North Turbos, doesn't he know I'm part owner? Just treat me like everybody else. But to be fair, he treats everyone really good, so I'm still getting treated really good.
The only thing Nick doesn't treat good is his sleep schedule.
Very true.
Like, I'll wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to take a leak, and
Nick
Nick,
could be like,
is
"Hey,
green
check
on
it."
Facebook.
Yeah.
And then I'll get up at 5:45 for work, and Nick is green on Facebook.
Well, I think he keeps himself logged in on his computer.
Yeah, but he's always there.
He is.
Nick is,
What are you doing? Oh, just working on some turbo stuff.
Nick is dedicated to the game.
Everybody seems so famous. Boys aren't impressed back there with my playlist.
Here we are.
Jam out to it then. I ain't hear shit. Here it comes, Dan. You're solo. The butterflies fly away. So I broke the shit out of my mirror once, and then Dan broke the shit out of my mirror again. Again, so I bolted it through the side of the mirror and I said, frig it. But now we paid the $30 and we got a brand new mirror. So wrap that one instead.
And you're not even serious. Like, it was $30.
Yeah, it might have been 40 bucks, but you know, when you know the right part number.
I got $60 for to say.
For to say. What is 60 bucks anyways? Like, is it pumping $200 into a machine, getting 60 bucks out, and you're up 60 bucks, or?
Speaking of that, can we look at the proximity to the casino when we're in Texas or something?
Put a couple Canadian loonies in, see if you get lucky.
Well, I was thinking if I bring 1,000 down and I put it in and then I take out 600, I'm up 600.
Well, if you put 1,000 Canadian in and you pull out $400 US, you're still up, right?
100%. Well, most of the wrap is off the Siemens sperm rocket. Gonna be sad to see this covered. We know that my buddy Yankee from New Brunswick liked this wrap
He loved it so much.
He loved the flames so much that he was like willing to come to Alberta and just paint the car to keep the flames. They were his favorite thing. That fender.
Came out a little bit.
Somebody who knew what they were doing would probably tell you to put a block of wood on the top of it.
Yeah.
And then hammer on it.
Don't care. Hood pins? So to get the hood, then you, like the hole, you just like drop it, right?
I think you just slam it. Or, I can't remember, do you slam it or do you jump from the roof?
And rip the tape with the hood pin.
There you go.
Cover that turbo.
I think I should cover it all.
Out of stock. See if you've got a pattern on the top now.
Deal. Butter. Yeah, and this one we'll just have to like push it down and put the pin in, and it's going to self-clearance itself on the V-band inside.
Is the second...
I'm so glad I don't have to cut the hood because I feel like people who cut the hood, it looks a little weird. Yep. Just there's no plate, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
And they're probably not set to the right height yet either.
No, they'll need to come down a little
But if that's what it looks like, sure. Yeah.
The lens might be dirty because Kyle's been adjusting.
There we go.
Way to go, Walter White. Get that snapped in.
But I cut a bit more of the opening of the bumper just to hopefully intercooler a little bit more. Now air can at least hit it and go up or hit it and go down. And before it was just like...
This will be the last time that you dickheads will see this
Basically, yeah.
in this color. And
Goodbye to GI Slow.
we're included in you dicks. Me and Dan. And Kyle. Because Kyle's just dropping it off and running away.
Yep. So when we get it back, it's going to look hopefully at least 2 times better than it looks right now.
So I was reading the comments on one of the posts and it was like, someone was like, I'm glad you're starting to like this car now. Because I've always liked this car.
Yeah.
But for you, it was just a means to an end and it was a way to get racing. But now you like, don't hate it and it's more better.
But it also is what it is. Like, it was never a perfect car to begin with, so the fact that it'll never be perfect, I have to live with that part, so I just have to make it good enough for myself, basically.
It's a race car.
And then the
Yeah,
next,
want a perfect
the next race car, when you decide to go faster, you're going to do like so many other people, and we're just going to find somebody that built a 750 cage that wanted to go faster and just buy their chassis and make it work because...
Yeah, it's probably going to be like a New Edge 25.3 chassis that's already set up, like a 9-inch in it. And then they're like, yeah, put your mod motor, Coyote,
9-inch.
your 9-inch, put your Coyote and your blower in it with a 6-speed, and go racing.
Or Dan's going to get him driving a BMW and forgetting how to use signal lights.
Man, I can't believe how bad that would get.
Oh, you guys got this. You got momentum now.
Loaded in the box. Stang, baby. Stang.
The Stang's in the box and it's got a bullet.
Actually, it almost looks like an H because they cut the A. So it's a Stang. Sting.
Sting.
Sting now.
Sting.
Sting.
And the police.
Police. Sting the police.
Well,
Love that.
Sting is a musical person who played with the Police.
Oh, gotcha. Love that for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, drive this down. The last time we see the car looking like this, when it comes back, it's going to be at least 12% sexier.
Let's not make the biggest fuck up though. Go get the bumper.
Yeah, we got to put the bumper in here too. Wherever that fits.
Dan, I hope you got room in your trunk because I'm going to put my bike in it.